Today I'm having a look at the Tesoro Excalibur Spectrum mechanical keyboard. Now this keyboard comes in a few different switch options. It is entirely backlit, and some of the lighting options on this, well, they are just insane. It is completely programmable and it's not going to break the bank. So let's check it out. The box is pretty and very informative with pictures of the product plus features and specifications about it. They also indicate which switch type it is. You can get blue, black, brown, and red. I prefer brown, and thankfully this keyboard has brown switches. It's nicely packaged. At the top is the keyboard, which comes in a bubble wrap bag, and below that they include a quick start guide and just a brochure here with their other products. My first impression on taking this out of the box was, wow, this thing is heavy. I really like the overall design. Basic, yes, it's simply a keyboard brick, really. There's no fancy styling, there's no extra USB ports, and there's no wrist rest, but it does make up for it in other ways. For example, it is completely backlit. You can do all kinds of fancy lighting effects with this. It comes with 512 kilobytes of onboard memory. You can store up to 5 profiles as well. It will pretty much last forever. It comes with Kale switches, not cherry. Could go into a whole discussion here, maybe I will a little bit. Okay, let's dive in. So the differences between Kale and cherry switches, for most of us, you won't notice the difference, but cherry switches usually will be a little quieter and also give you a little bit more feedback, and they might last a little bit longer, but for the average gamer, or even, you know, the average to intermediate to hardcore gamer, will be more than fine with Kale switches because you're going to save some money. Cherry is obviously going to cost you a little bit more. Now let's go through the different Cherry MX mechanical keyboard switches. I'll first start off with black. Black switches are excellent for gaming, but they're not so great for typing. They have no tactile bump or audible click. Now red switches are the same as black, but with less resistance. Brown switches are the best overall. They're great for gaming and for typing. They have a tactile bump, but no audible click. The blue switches are superb for typing. They have a tactile bump and audible click. Green switches are the same as blue, but has a much stiffer spring. And finally, clear switches, well, they're similar to brown, but has a much stiffer spring and a more noticeable tactile bump. All the keys here, every single one of them, you can program, and that includes changing the lighting effects on each. It comes, by the way, with a 1.55 meter braided or sleeved cable with a gold-plated USB end. Now have a closer look at the braided cable. I prefer these over rubber for obvious reasons. One of them is, well, it looks a lot better, and this does not stick on the desk or hang up anywhere. Note as well how it comes out of the keyboard itself. You do not have to fear it being ripped away. Okay, so let's go over the keys. At the top left here, the first 5 function keys double as profile keys, just quick access to your different profiles. Here are the multimedia keys. You've got a N key right here, as well as a 6 key rollover. And if you want to enable some of the function keys, like for example increasing and decreasing the brightness, you can do that by pressing the function key, which is right here. Again, every single key on this keyboard is backlit, including their logo here at the top left, and you've got, you know, the standard numbers lock, caps lock, and whatnot. Oh, and if you don't like following rules, no problem, because they have it stamped here, break the rules, on the keyboard, you know, just as a reminder. Oh, and I almost forgot, there's an instant macro recording key, as well as a quick game mode PC mode key. Now this keyboard comes with brown switches, and I prefer them because they are quiet. Have a listen. Some people prefer the other switches, which make clicking noises, but each to his or her own. At the back, there's an information sticker and 4 sticky rubber feet, plus they have flip-down feet, and these also have rubber on them. So let's go through the software. At the top, you've got a PC mode and 5 different profiles. When you click on either one of these profiles, then you can go ahead and customize all the different keys, as well as illumination and lighting effects. Like, for example, if I press on a key, then I can do macro assignments, as well key assignments. You can launch a program, as well disable everything, set everything default. Illumination, you can pretty much select any color that you want, or you can actually enter the color itself, and lighting effects. Now, as for illumination, you can pretty much pick whatever color that you like. I just wanted to go through some of the basic ones though. You've got red here, which actually kind of looks pink. I'll go to the pink so you can see what that's about, and it's a little bit lighter, so it's a tad bit off. This is orange. This is yellow. This is green, which is not bad. Light blue, it's pretty accurate. Dark blue, purple, and white. Now let's go through the lighting effects. This is standard, where all the keys are lit. Trigger. Ripple. Firework. Radiation. Breathing. And rainbow wave. I know what a lot of you gamers out there are thinking. This does not come with KO switches, and therefore, well, I'm not going to buy it because you know why. I want to say that I have cherry switches on my mechanical keyboard. Get over it, because KO switches are almost as good as cherry switches. And before I mention the differences, and that being they're, well, cherry a little bit quieter and they're a teeny tad bit more responsive. But if you don't have the money, then don't waste it. This keyboard you can get on special, I'm sure, somewhere on the planet for $100. You're getting an amazing keyboard for that price. Sure, it doesn't look like something from Transformers, and really, why would you want it to look like that? It does not come with a wrist rest. There are no USB ports on it, but just look at it. It's incredible. I think this keyboard is affordable enough that you could get it, throw it in your, LAN party bag, and leave it in there and use it when you go to LAN parties. It is super compact. And I can't say enough about the overall weight and feel on this keyboard. Yeah, I've pretty much fallen for this thing. It is nice. It is absolutely nice. Again, it is missing some things. Certainly it's not missing the cool factor because of the backlighting. Rating this keyboard is difficult because, while it's lacking some features and it doesn't have cherry switches, it is still just, I think, incredible. But overall, I'm going to give it a kick-ass award. Until next time, take care.